يا من عصيت الله يوما غافلا أنسيت أن الله قد أعطاك نعم عليك كثيرة لو صنتها لأطعت خالقك الذي رباك لأطعت خالقك الذي رباك.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الصلاة والسلام على من أرسل رحمة للعالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. Dear Muslim brothers and sisters, the object of our program today is about the importance of knowledge. God says in the Holy Quran, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. I created the jinns and the human beings only to worship me. The only purpose of our coming into the world is the worship of Allah. It is therefore necessary to know how to worship Him. Then, it is imperative for the Muslim to learn divine recommendations to be able to execute them as requested. This is why the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Talabul ilmi faridatun ala kulli muslimin." The search for knowledge is compulsory for all Muslims.
Dear brothers and sisters, it is necessary for the Muslim to know our Lord. This will allow him to know that it is obligatory to worship Him. And we will know all this only by the research of science, which will then allow us to accomplish the why of our existence. Thus, nothing is more obligatory than that without which we could not worship God and do. The Prophet incited us to the research of science by many hadiths. He said, "Fadlul ilmi khairun min fadlil ibad." The merit of knowledge is better than the merit of worship.
The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Man salaka tariqan yaltamisu fihi ilman, sahalallahu ta'ala lahu bihi tariqan ila al-jannah." Whoever follows a path in which he seeks knowledge, Allah the Almighty will facilitate for him a path to heaven. We understand by this hadith that as soon as someone sets out on a path with the intention to have knowledge about religious obligations, he is on the way to paradise. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, also said, "ما من خارج خرج من بيته في طلب العلم إلا وضعت له الملائكة أجنحتها رضا بما يصنع." Whoever leaves his house in search of knowledge, the angels will spread their wings over him because they are happy of that.
Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam also said, "Man ghada ila al-masjid la yuridu illa an yata'allama khayran aw yu'allima kana lahu kajri hajjin tamman hajjuhu." Whoever goes to the mosque for the sole purpose of learning the good will have the reward of a complete pilgrimage. So, science is so important that only going to seek it gives you great rewards. Dear brothers and sisters, ignorance leads the person into darkness, where he will encounter only misfortunes. On the other hand, knowledge is a light which leads the person to the right direction.
The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Man ja'ahu ajluhu wa huwa yatlubu al-ilma laqiya Allah wa lam yakun baynahu wa bayna nabiyyin illa darajatun nubuwwah." Whoever dies seeking knowledge will meet God with a degree that only the degree of prophecy is higher. This degree is obtained by seeking only science. So, imagine what the degree will be of the one who acquired it and practices it.
Dear brothers and sisters, the Muslim should not ignore his religion. If he does not know what is recommended to him by the Almighty, he will be wrong. God has told us how to behave towards Him and towards His creatures, how to maintain our relationships, how to live in society, etc., etc. God has not omitted anything in His book. Whoever does not seek to know all this will suffer painful consequences. God Himself said, فَاسْأَلُوا أَهْلَ الذِّكْرِ إِن كُنتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. So, ask the people of the zikr if you don't know. And to question is to seek to know. So He exhorts us to seek science.
Dear brothers and sisters, it has been found that the bad behavior of many people is only due to ignorance. If we know the Almighty and His power to do what He wants, without being accountable to anyone, we are necessarily afraid of Him. And therefore, we will act on His recommendations and avoid His prohibitions. Today, science is within everyone's reach. The means are numerous and available. The erudites are multiplying and are at the disposal of those who are in the quest for knowledge. So, ignorance is not justified.
Immerse yourself in the history of our ancient scholars. You will see that they were incomparable scholars, and yet the means were almost non-existent. The books were not within the reach of all, and especially the enemies of Islam wanted to hinder the expansion of the latter. So, imagine how difficult it was to acquire science under these conditions. So, dear brothers and sisters, let us not be so careless as to ignore divine recommendations.
This program was presented by
Amina,
Khadija,
Kulthum.
Bintu Rasul.
Wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, لا طاعة لمخلوق في معصية الخالق. No obedience to any creature in disobedience to the Creator. By this, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, means we must never satisfy anyone by disobeying Allah, our Creator. This one says in the Holy Quran, Wallahu wa rasuluhu ahaqqu an yurduhu in kanu mu'minin. God and His Messenger deserve more to be satisfied if they are believers. So, dear Muslim brothers and sisters, never accept to do something that would cause the wrath of God, no matter who asks us.
اعلم بأن الله يعلم كل ما في الكون لا يخفى على مولاك شيطان نفسك حاضر متأصل يقضي بك النار التي التي تصلاك. جاهده بالتقوى وبالعلم الذي تسمو به حتى تنال مناك. خالف هواك وجاهد النفس التي بالسوء تأمر والهوى أغواك. النفس والشيطان إن خالفتها أفلحت في الأولى وفي أخراك.